Hello there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Self-education is great for any man. You know, legendary African-American historian Carter G. Woodson said, and I'm paraphrasing, not exactly what he said, but paraphrasing it, that a man has two educations. One which is given to him, and the other which he gets for himself. Now, this is very important. Now, let's be clear. Even though the title is self-education, let's be real. If you get a chance to go to get some higher education, and either just for knowledge or for your career path, your life mission, definitely take it. Definitely take it. I know it's expensive now, but if you have a way to do it, definitely take it. Indeed, when I was in school, I actually had the school I went to, St. Joseph's University. We had to take classes that weren't even related to our major, but I have no problems with that. I'm kind of glad. I'm glad. Could have did better in French class, but because they talked about educating the whole person. And that was one education. That's very important. You need the education, get skills, get knowledge you might not get otherwise. Definitely the skills part. If you're trying to do certain jobs, you need the education. If you're talking about being an attorney or a doctor or an accountant, okay, yeah, you need that education. Engineering, there's a whole bunch of things you still need that education for. And if that's your path, you should do it. But at the same time, regardless of what you do formally, you need that informal education. You need that which you teach yourself. See, the education you get that's given to you, yeah, it's for a job, it's for something, but it's still someone else giving you their viewpoint on something. And to be quite frank with you, if you're taking a test or something, all you have to do is give it right back to them. Okay, and that's cool for that. But every man needs to do stuff for himself. I remember an IG post I did. I said, library card. I was pointing out my library card. And in fact, on that legendary show, classic show, The Wire, Brother Mouzon, I ain't gonna use the N word. I'll replace it with man. Nothing more dangerous than a man with a library card. Something like that, right? And I'm gonna tell you what. Every man needs to educate himself. He needs to go get his own knowledge. And I'm gonna tell you what. With what we have now, with the tools we have now, there's nothing a man cannot find out. Now, just having a basic library card, think about a library card. You can learn whatever you need to learn. I remember there was a gentleman, and he was an interesting guy. He actually had a business. And he had to do taxes for that business. Now, him being him, he didn't go to a tax professional, which he should have did. No, he just went to the library, got a book on taxes for particularly pertaining to the particular business he was doing. And he was able to be successful at dealing with his taxes. It was something, some type of corporate type of thing. And I'm just like, wow. I mean, there have been people, men in particular, who have learned things just from reading a book. Indeed, every single man really should have at least a small library, and not like bubblegum fiction, but something nonfiction. Well, on two levels. One, a level that relates to his profession. Because even if you have a profession, you've been educated formally in it, you need to keep that education going. I knew this gentleman, he had graduated law school, top of his class, or near the top, rather. And we started working for a major law firm, and, they told him, oh, yeah, that was cute what you learned in school. Now, let's show you what you need to know. And he said it was totally different. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And see, here's the thing. When a man educates himself, no one can take that from you. And you have a choice. It's not, you don't have to fill out, some tests just to regurgitate what you've learned from a teacher. Oh, no. You can learn stuff and it benefits you. You can learn. I mean, you've had men who created successful businesses, enterprises, everything. And all they might have done is watch a YouTube video. Hey, that's educational. Any knowledge is educational. I remember I learned a lot when I was a young man. My grandmother would buy me encyclopedia sets every year. And I would just sit there and go through them. That was my internet. That was my internet back in the 70s. I had this 8-year-old kid going through encyclopedias, just learning about the world. Oh, I would have loved it if the World Wide Web was around back in the 70s. And, well, actually it was, but that's another conversation. That's a deep thought conversation. But because the U.S. military had something. But if it was around, I'd have just stayed on the computer. I'd have stayed on the computer. I would have hung out in the streets as much. I'm just being real. But, just educating yourself because, you know what? No one can take that knowledge from you. When you have that knowledge, you have it. Knowledge applied is power. Not just having it, but applying it. Because you can learn whatever you need to learn. I mean, it could be just some basic stuff. It could be how to do your own plumbing. Hey, that's knowledge. That's knowledge right there. You save a lot of money, you save a lot of time. You're not worried about stuff. Plus, you feel empowered. You can, learn how to build something. You can learn whatever. But you have that knowledge. It's in your memory bank. And I don't care who you are as a man. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're doing. It's great for any man. Even if it's not, and it's bigger than even making money, just having that knowledge. You never know when you need to know something. You need to fix something. You never know. Like I said, the knowledge could be on anything. So self-education, that's what I would tell. I would recommend every single man that listens to me, just read something. Read something. Read about some stuff you have no idea about. You have no idea. Something that even goes against your belief system. Read it. Know it. Knowledge applied is power. Always get that, y'all. So self-educate yourself. So anyway, that's all I have for today, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.